Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and today we're working on some more scatter terrain. Got the last of the barrels that I'll be using. These are from the Bone 6 things like Tales of the Griffin Tavern expansion. This actually goes on top of this, but I'm not gluing it together for now. This part actually was separate, but it did not. Like it has a peg on it to stay in, but it wasn't staying in very well for me, so I just glued it in. I didn't see any reason I was going to use it without. But yeah, these I will probably keep separate for now. But yeah, this second set of kegs, barrel kegs on a barrel, or yeah, on a rack. So just finishing up this last one for that set, and then can do some painting on the wood on these other barrels. How is everyone doing? Anyone have any painting projects they're working on? I did go in and actually change my tiers and update those. So I realized I had forgotten to actually change them. I put a post out about it and everything, and then I forgot to actually go in and change them. But I got that done earlier this week. I think I originally said I was going to go down to $3. There's kind of a weird thing where, since I have it so that I had the setting on for trial run for that lowest tier, and I could have just turned it off to be able to adjust the price, but I just kind of decided to leave it at $4 instead of 3. And then I did change the other tier down to $10 like I said I was going to. And my reasoning for changing it from 15 to 10 was more like I did kind of a calculation of basically 25%, like, of the lowest. One of the lowest level paint jobs. And I just want to make sure that people were able to, like, it was actually going to be giving people a deal, that they weren't just paying me to get that percentage discount and not really have any value, I guess. So that they are kind of still actually saving money. It might not be, it wouldn't be necessarily saving money for anyone who's like commissioning something like really tiny small, but I imagine that's not something that I would get too many commissions for. I mean, I guess there is, a couple playable races that are kind of on the small side, but most of them are like the medium size. And to some degree, I know it can sound weird to be like, one of your perks is a discount by paying me such and such a month. But I mean, like, when you stop and think about it, stores do that all the time. Look, buy one, get one free. Spend $100, get 10% off. So it's actually not that odd of a concept. Just maybe not in like, art world, I guess. But whatever. Did everyone see the big drop yesterday from Marvel? They were doing like a slow release of some of the names that are going to be the cast of Avengers Doomsday. I kind of laugh a little bit. I see some of the comments posting on, like, of course, there's always trolls. It's just hilarious that they're posting about, because they're like, oh, get some original content, or stop doing, like, comic book related stuff. It's like, Marvel is a comic book company. Still haven't seen the new Captain America. We ended up waiting too long or something. I don't know. Or no, we were trying to make plans, but then, like, they didn't have it listed for a weekend, like, that we were trying to look at possibly going. And so then we just didn't make plans, because we thought, okay, I guess maybe our theater isn't showing it anymore for some reason, even though it only been like a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. And then, like, I think it was Thursday, they finally put up show times for it. So they were actually still showing it. It's just weird. But we were kind of busy though after that, so we just never were able to get to it. But yeah, looking at some of the names and stuff that will be in the Doomsday, it's looking like it's going to be another really big one. Curious to see what direction they're going. We're seeing Fantastic Four and some of the X-Men on the list, so could be either way to kind of ramp things up to kind of delve into those storylines. I'd be excited for that. I liked the X-Men. I didn't necessarily like Sony's rendition. Kind of stopped trying to see them after, like, the first couple of X-Men movies. Especially, like, once they started doing, like, time travel or something. Alrighty, I will go and do some more wood work. Set that off over there. Let's pick somewhere. Start with this barrel, I guess. This is, again, this is not the same brand as what those other scatter terrain, those other barrels and stuff I was doing. These are from Bone 6. Is it? I'll double check. It looks like the mic is on. Do you have your sound up? Let's see. Yeah, I don't talk very loud. So if you're used to someone who like shouts out their mic, probably, I'm probably gonna sound a lot quieter than. But thanks for bringing it up. I did have some weird things. I think it was the last stream where OBS decided not to use my usual microphone. So in which case, no one could hear me at all. It was mainly just rambling on about Marvel's drop of the cast of Avengers Doomsday. Or are you just not a fan in general, or? Oh, gotcha. You prefer the kind of more standalone character movies? Hey there, Michael. Yes. Yeah, I get that. Jeez. From what I've been reading about it, like it sounds like it's gonna be a build up to something big like Endgame was, whereas they'll still have lots of other movies in between or TV shows even too that will kind of focus more on the smaller groups of characters. Oosh. This is up pretty late there, Michael. I don't mind um, a big cast as long as it's like there's a purpose to it more than just overloading, like more than just the purpose of having a lot of big names. Goodness. How are you alive right now? You drinking lots of coffee or something? I haven't gotten the greatest sleep this past week, so. I am keeping going with coffee. And painting. Gotcha. Mm. I'm glad it's getting better. That's never fun. I think mine is more of just different things stressing me out. So, not being able to stay asleep very well, or sometimes can't get my brain to turn off. I need to get back to kind of leaving time, or time basically to do some reading before bed, because that would probably help a lot. And just so my brain isn't having a chance to rev back up. Well, hi there, Cystic Crab. Thanks. We're just in the beginnings of painting these. These are pretty nice. These are from the Bone 6 Reapers, Bone 6 Kickstarter. There was whatever the tavern expansion was. Yeah. Screens don't bother me too much because I do usually get I'll get lenses with my prescription to of blue light protection. So I don't get that blue light problem quite so much. Yeah, this was their most recent Kickstarter, the Bone 6. I think you're right. It was called The Green Griffin, Tales of the Green Griffin, I think. Well, that's awesome. Welcome to the hobby. Oh, thanks, Michael. I've been painting for probably about 5 years or so. Kind of got into it to initially just start painting something to have something to do during COVID, but then eventually we did actually start playing in a campaign. So then I was also painting for a game. You'll get there. You just put in the time and everybody has to start somewhere. It gets It's okay that you need work. And my stuff's not like perfect either. There's still stuff that I'm learning on and whatnot. Good luck, Michael. You'll have to let me know if they figured out that you were figured out your scheme. Yeah, I sometimes wonder if that can be kind of the flip side of like the imposter syndrome type thing of people just not joining in and doing it because it looks too intimidating, or they just think they won't be able to do it. It's just another spin on the imposter syndrome thing. Yeah, I've grown a lot as a painter since I first started. I was just base coating and slapping on washes when I first started painting. I mean, now there's speed paints, so I don't know if people still tend to start off with base coat and wash. if the new thing is just relying on the speed paint type stiff. Mm, that's a good point. There are, even within the Sabi, there's varying interests in what people actually like to paint or what part of the process they like. Even. Yeah. It's kind of like what Anne was saying the other, I don't know if it was just yesterday or some. I think she actually was talking about it a couple of times this week. On it's on the Reaper Pro Tip show, where like getting better at miniature painting, like that can mean a lot of different things, because there's a lot of different like skills and concepts and stuff to learn, or that you can learn, depending how like far advanced or whatever. Nice. Yeah, I like the fantasy stuff myself. I've never really gotten into the like sci-fi or Warhammer stuff. I'm painting these up for a D&D session that'll, like in a month, be running in a month. They will be in a wine cellar. So naturally we need lots and lots of barrels. Yes. Nice. I just backed another Kickstarter. I decided to go ahead and back. It's a dice campaign, actually, Kickstarter from Next Level Miniatures. It sounds like it will be some really cool, different dice. So I'm all for that. And they've got my two favorite colors. They've got like this kind of a bluish green one, and then they have a purple set as well. And then they'll come in tins based off of like really old D&D art. I'm assuming it's like D&D art. I know it's older, like artwork, fantasy artwork. Yeah, I will do like paint to sell basically occasionally and sell it on eBay. Cause there are some minis that I'm just like that came with Kickstarters that I either know I will never use it because I know the kinds of campaigns that I'm interested in, the kinds of stories. Or it's like I got some orcs and goblins, and we already have tons and tons of orcs and goblins for you know. Mm, yeah, I mean that's a real thing for a lot of people. I think that's why Kickstarter is such a like the Kickstarter and GameFound and other crowdfunding stuff can tend to do so well sometimes. I've started mainly sticking to like just certain companies now though. So I basically follow like Reaper, obviously, and then follow Dungeons and Lasers, and then I also follow Next Level Minis. Next Level Minis is like a newer company. Like they basically started using Kickstarter for kind of getting themselves started. Which they had some, there were some mistakes they made in that first Kickstarter, but I think they did a really good job of listening to people and learning from their mistakes. They seem to be doing well. really want to, it's really tempting to also back Dungeons and Lasers upcoming Kickstarter because they have a huge ship, playable ship and whatnot. That is kind of a big part of their campaign. They've also got like specific little expansions and stuff, or like smaller core sets to pick from instead of like one big core set like Reaper does. And I mean, getting the ship alone, I think I looked and compared it to like Reapers or something. And they do theirs on GameFound, not Kickstarter. So, yeah, if you're wanting to keep an eye out for that, I believe it starts actually on April 1st, which we're all telling, like, a lot of us who've backed them previously are telling them that they need to do like a special April Fool's mini or something. So yeah, I did look and kind of compare it to Reaper's regular heroic ship, and I think it's about $20 less. At least through their what it'll be through the Kickstarter. And you can spend more and get like that plus other of the core sets if you want miniatures and stuff as well. It's really big. I mean, like they had a picture of like a cat next to it, and it was probably just slightly smaller than the cat. I forget what the specific dimensions were. If you follow Mike Moans, or if you even look up Dungeons and Lasers on Instagram, they just recently posted actually pictures of a painted version of the ship because Mike Moans painted it up recently, I guess. So yeah, I don't know how it compares in size to Reapers because I didn't look at that. I was more of curious, like cost wise and whatnot. But yeah, and supposedly it sounds like they're going to have like fabric sails that come with it. I'm not sure how that will work. Certainly would be interesting. But I'll have to, we'll see. It's still a big chunk of money. And I don't like, for the campaign that I'll be running, I don't foresee there being really much use of ships. Um, hmm. Weird. I don't think I actually necessarily follow him. I haven't like necessarily watched his videos. I think I mainly just follow him on Instagram and see like the pictures maybe. I feel like I follow him on Instagram. But I know also Dungeons and Lasers had just posted today too, pictures of it. Yeah. Yeah, there seems to be plenty of people out there who, for whatever reason, want to badmouth Reaper stuff. And it does seem like most of it is people not necessarily paying attention to how to use different paints or how to take care of the minis and whatnot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, that is coming up on the hour mark here, so I should probably stop there before I lose track of time. But we got a good start on these new keg barrels. Goodness. Now we've got another set of these finished up. So we'll have 2 sets of racks, and then still lots of other stuff to paint up. Everything else is mostly smaller than, but yeah, and I still got time. Yeah, I only do about an hour. If I go any longer, then I'm eventually gonna have to just stop due to toddler being awake. So maybe someday I'll be able to stream longer, but we'll see. That'll be probably a few years out. Yeah, thanks for stopping by and chatting, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and weekends, and hope you are able to get some painting done. Enjoy. We've got some nice weather, so hopefully you guys have some good weather too to enjoy. But I will see y'all next week, and I'll be back Monday. Still work some more on my characters, one of my players' characters, trying out kind of some weird gold mixture, so trying to keep it more yellow than orangish. So yeah, we'll be back working on either this one or this one. So on Monday. So I will see you then. Bye.